These are the men and women of Beaver Valley, the bravest of the brave. They fought fearlessly for their country, their city, their community, and for the ideals we share as Americans. They served proudly in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, the Gulf War, Iraq, and Afghanistan. Here now are their stories, their own experiences in their own words, the words of the heroes of Beaver Valley. Stephen U. Crano entered the United States Army in 1943. After training, he and fellow members of the 147th Station Hospital headed out to the South Pacific.
We were supposed to go to Australia. We got there. We didn't get off the boat. Some little boat come out and met us as you're going into New Guinea. And so we had to go to New Guinea.
Crano and fellow soldiers headed to New Guinea, where they would help in multiple ways at a military hospital.
You worked around the hospital all the time. You had to make sure everybody would be taken care of. And if there was anything had to be done, fixed, you had to help fix it. And after we got there, you had to dig foxholes because the Japs were still coming in, bombing and strafing. And this one day, we were standing around, and all of a sudden the Japs come over to strafing, and Americans got up in the air, started having these dog fights up there. Most of those guys jumped in our foxholes. These two guys had a foxhole built. We had it big enough for two people. But three guys jumped into it. Because the bulls started coming close, man. They jumped into this foxhole. And it took a bunch of us guys trying to pull them out. They were all tangled up in there.
Many men came to and from the hospital with a range of injuries.
There was bad cases of typhus. And how many died one time? We must have had 25 coffins laying there. We were starting to run out of coffins to put these guys in that died. It's just like an epidemic hit there. The only thing I worried about all my time over there was snakes. That's the worst thing I can't stand up in the. And they have too many deadly ones over there, and I didn't want any of them getting at me. I said, I don't mind getting shot, but I don't want no snake biting me.
Crano was later transferred to the 14th Portable Surgical Hospital, located in northern New Guinea. Standing guard was a shared responsibility, so that the outfit was not surprised by any Japanese attacks.
So you had to stand guard because the Japs were all in the hills, and we were on the base waiting for boats to come and get us. Take us to the Philippines. And this one guy, they're playing cowboy with that 45 strap, tied to his leg, pulled it out. And he forgot there was a shell in the chamber. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. He pulled that gun out and he fired the shot. Everybody rolled out, thought the Japs were coming off the hill. Here it was his, he did it. So then we had to sit around and learn how to tear a 45 apart and put it together again.
As the end of the war approached, missions to rescue American prisoners of war began. Some, like the one Crano was sent on, had sad and horrific endings. In the Philippines, American soldiers had been murdered by their captors. When Crano and others arrived in an attempt to help, there was nothing that could be done.
And the infantry had already been there, and they were out searching for the 10 guys that got away. The 90 were killed there. And they just pushed us and told us we had to go get our hospital set up. But we couldn't do anything there. We weren't allowed there. They didn't want us to see how it was, because they had dug a hole in the ground, a trench underneath. On one side they had a flamethrower, the other side a machine gun.
Crano also served at medical posts in the Philippines, and although the Japanese had begun to lose the war, they still posed a threat.
After I was there about a week or two, the Japs strafed our place. But they strafed it at night. I was sleeping. I didn't hear a thing. Next morning I get up, I'm like, what's going on here? He said, where have you been? I said, I was sleeping. He said, We got shot up. They were all working. They got all shot up in that place. They had it. You have to work as soon as they come around. You have to take all the patients out of the tents. I didn't do anything. I slept. But after that, I watched how I slept. I had to sleep with one ear open.
When it became clear that the war was being won by the Allies, many Japanese soldiers decided to surrender.
And toward the end of the war, it wasn't over yet, but the Philippines were secured. The Japs were starting to want to surrender. You could be laying there sleeping, and somebody push you. What do you want? I thought somebody was calling you to do something here. The Japanese surrendering. Don't come here. Keep going. Because if you took him, then you had to keep him till the MPs come to get him. And you don't know when they're going to get around to it.